the conversations I had with my friends were unbelievable. Like, I got to know them on another level, bearing in mind I've known some of my friends for like over 10 years, and then all of a sudden they were opening up to me in a way they never have in those 10 years, 10, 15 years, which was unreal. It was so beautiful. It brought us together, and now it kind of has got to that point where, for a few of my friends especially, we have those types of chats. If I'm like, how are you doing, and they'll just be honest. Like, they're like, well, I'm okay, but this has happened and this has happened, and like, we'll just dive into it and talk about it. And I think that's such a great thing, and I think if everyone could have that and do that, like, think about how many less people would be struggling, just being able to be honest with their friends, rather than going back to what you were saying earlier about those people that are like, oh, man up and just get on with it or whatever. They're probably, the people that are saying that are probably actually struggling. So yeah, I think we need to change the perception. I think vulnerability is strength, and I think it's important that more people became aware of that and started to see that. I think a lot of people, and I think there's still a huge amount of stigma around being vulnerable as being weak. It's not. It's being open, but it's not being weak. It's being strong, because being vulnerable is fucking scary. And if you can be vulnerable, then if you can be vulnerable to other people and yourself, most importantly yourself, then you can fucking do anything, and so going back to what you were saying earlier about employees and working in companies and all that kind of stuff, if people are able to break down those barriers, if they're able to get through those blocks and become honest and open with themselves and undo maybe trauma or setbacks or whatever it may be, think about how much more how much stronger they will feel. They'll feel so much stronger, they'll feel better, and yeah, ultimately they'll probably get so much more out of life because of it. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing.